this video, I'm going to be showing you how to flat iron like a pro. Now I'm going to do so with no product so that way you can see the difference in technique and what a difference it makes. I'm going to be using this flat iron here that you can get on Amazon, and I'm going to be showing you on this mannequin here, I'm going to be showing you some techniques to help stop the frizz and flyaway that you're seeing. By the way, I flat iron this here using some of the common techniques that I see people use that causes frizz, flyaways, all that. I'm going to be showing you some techniques to switch that up. Let's dive in. First, let's discuss common issues that I see with my students, things like that. Usually what I'll see is I'll see them take huge sections as they're working. So they'll drop sections like this. They'll turn that iron all the way up to like 450. I'm gonna put it on 430 because I'm not trying to burn her hair out. 460 and 450 is kind of crazy. But what I often see is people kind of do like this here, and then they'll not use a comb or anything, and they'll just pass over a whole bunch of times. I don't know if you notice, that's still not getting you much sleeker in there. It's not getting you any sleeker at the root area. It's going to cause that hair to rise up. You're burning up the outside of the hair, and on the inside, none of that ever even got any heat. So I don't know if you can tell, it's really not smooth in here. We burned the outside layers, the top and the bottom. Those parts look smooth, but the middle is not smooth at all. And a lot of times what happens is we're running that flat iron over at high temperatures multiple times thinking that we're doing something. All we're doing is burning the outside layers of the hair. It doesn't end up staying straight because we end up not taking small enough sections, and we're going too quick. So you're exerting so much effort and energy to get that hair straight for it not to stay straight because you really didn't get a good even passive heat on there. So let me show you some proper techniques. Now if you'll notice on the bottom of this section, see how that hair kind of flicks out here? I see that quite a bit, and honestly that's from people pulling that flat iron out towards themselves as they go. So I'm going to be showing you some technique here on how I work with this hair and the difference that it makes, but I want to show you from certain angles so you can kind of see it easily there as well. So I'm going to go ahead and drop a small section. Usually when I am flat ironing, depending on the texture of hair of the individual, I'll go ahead and use like a 1/2 inch, sometimes 1/4 of an inch subsections as I'm working. So that's basically a very small piece that you're picking up. I also have my iron set to 360, so you don't have to burn that hair up. This one goes all the way up to 460. That's the devil, turn your iron down. You don't need no 460. As you're flat ironing, we're not just gonna bring that iron out towards us this way. We're gonna take it, tuck under just a touch, and then bring straight down. So let me show you in camera. So again, if you're over here, it'd be, instead of pulling it out towards you this way, we would be taking it, tucking it under, so the hair would then bend slightly under, and then bring straight down, okay? So let me show you here. Tap 1, 2 at the scalp, and then tuck under, straight down. Right? Let's adjust the angle so you can see a little better. Mind the awkward angles. I'm not filming in my studio today because I'm traveling, but I still want to make sure I'm taking time to educate. So again, dropping a small section, we're going to go ahead and clip out of the way. By the way, these clips came with the flat iron, so that's a plus. We're going to go ahead and pick up our small section. Here I'm going to bring out, we're going to tap 1, 2 at that scalp area. That's to prevent from burning the client's scalp. Then from there, I'm gonna go ahead and angle down. I'm gonna take our iron, instead of holding this way, I'm gonna tilt downward. My comb in front, and we're gonna do one slow, smooth pass all the way down. Now by doing one slow, smooth pass, I don't need several passes over that hair, and it's gonna give me a very sleek, finished shine to the hair. It's gonna allow for one pass straightness that's gonna last me all day long. A lot of times I see people where they want to pick up these big sections, just tap, 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 tap. The problem is when we do that, we're burning up the outsides of the hair. We're not getting the inside portion smooth. And then basically we are not going to get a nice, smooth, sleek, straight style that lasts because we're not getting even and consistent heat throughout the entire section. Which, by the way, I would highly recommend working with an iron that has like some ceramic infused things like that in the plates. It allows for even consistent heat across the plate as well. And most of them now will have an ionic charge to them. you needed and you wanted to get this iron, it does also come with a heat glove. I just don't use them because they get in the way to me. I don't really care for them. But I've also been doing hair for over 2 decades, so at this point I feel like my hands are a little impervious to burns, if that makes sense. Okay, so straight down and sleeking that hair out and comb through. Now I want you to see, again, you saw no cuts. Look at the difference in shine and movement on that hair versus the other sections. Like, do you see that? Okay, now let me drop the section that we did above that with the improper techniques. You can see we still have some shine, we still have some movement, but notice that hair feels a lot more stiff. We got a lot more flyaways versus under here. See it? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this out and I'll show you what it looks like. When you get to the top of the head, instead of just holding that hair up and flat on in here, we're gonna again tap 1, 2, turn. That simple turn is gonna tilt that hair down so it doesn't wanna stick out and give you flyaways at the top. Okay? Place our iron in there, put our comb in front, and we'll go ahead and flat iron all the way down the shaft of that hair. Now, if you're doing this on yourself and you're having some difficulties with the chase method with a comb, you can also use a nylon bristle brush. It's a little easier when you're doing it yourself, so I'll show you some technique with that also. Picking up my section. Okay. Let's say you are doing this here, bring it up. You would then take your brush underneath, press into it, and that way the brush essentially does the job of the comb. Okay, so you can do the same thing with the brush if you need to, and basically what's happening is you're kind of bringing that brush underneath, it's pressing into the hair like this, and then your flat iron is going to go right above and it's going to go through just like that. Okay, so this is with this quadrant finished. I have not run my comb through it yet. Again, this is with no product whatsoever on this hair. There's a little bit of backlighting there. Let me see if I can, does that show a little better for you there? Hopefully so. So yeah, that way you can at least see some of the movement. The shine that we get on that hair with no product added whatsoever. Let me run my comb through here. And I want you to pay attention to the ends of the hair and how they don't look flicked out like they did before. It gives you a much smoother, polished look all the way down just by that light tilt, that light bevel at the end where it still looks straight to you, but now it's gonna come in and it's gonna frame the face a little bit more, which is very slimming for the face. It's also going to allow for the shine and the light to reflect off of that hair much easier, okay? So a lot of times if you're noticing that you're not getting all of that and you're having to use a ton of shine serums, shine sprays, things like that, it's probably technique, because again, no product here, no product here either. It's all in technique, friend. So I hope that video was helpful. If it was, do me a favor, let me know in the comments or click the like button for me. It really makes a massive difference. If you'd like more tutorials like this, please feel free to hit the subscribe button and the bell notifications, that way you can be notified every time that I post. And if you're interested in this iron, the mannequin, or any other tools I use, they'll be linked in the description box or in the top pinned comment down below. Until next time, take care, God bless, and stay glam. You know I love you, bro.